Well, in the past few hours, a team of Harvard University researchers released a report on how the city of Minneapolis can transform public safety. It was a promise made by local leaders in the wake of George Floyd's death. Kaya Edwards is at City Hall with a closer look at the findings. Kaya?
Hi, Julie. We are just getting a first look at the 143-page report done in partnership with Harvard University. City leaders here say the recommendations build on what's already being done.
Grew up on the south side of Minneapolis.
Back in town, Dr. Antonio Oftali leads Harvard University's Leadership for a Networked World initiative, which spent roughly 18 months researching Minneapolis public safety following the murder of George Floyd.
It was gut-wrenching, and it really hit me hard. And so we knew we had to do something different.
Now, after around 150 community interviews, the $400,000 report, mostly funded by philanthropists, is ready. It outlines how response to community calls can be an ecosystem of not just policing, but also public health and human services. Oftali breaks it down to 3 bullet points.
We talk first about preventive services. So those are all forms of services, some city-based, some county-based.
He says the second is responsive services, so police and alternative response. And lastly, restorative services to help community with trauma and build resilience. City leaders say the findings build on systems they've been developing since 2020.
A great example is our behavioral crisis response teams. We understand the importance of having trained and unarmed mental health professionals respond.
Mayor Jacob Frey says to implement the Harvard findings will require additional money, personnel, and community support.
We are on the verge of this budget process for 2024. In the immediacy, we can look to how some of these recommendations will fit into this next year's budget.
We didn't put in plan in memory of George Floyd, but I think, in spirit we did.
We were also given this launch list of 5 action items to take within the next 12 months, including developing a leadership board, implementing a financial plan and operations plan, developing committees and work groups, and then the last part, which a lot of people always call for transparency, right? This is the communications plan that they say they would also roll out within the next year. Back to you.
Thank you, Kaya.